So they'll be calling you a radical. This is an historic day in world history that I will, fuck ICANN. Now, stay with me. This is historically important. I'd be in Vienna right now. I would be there. This is a historic day on the vote. Now, the ban on nuclear weapons testing, hasn't happened since we had a Catholic in the White House. So, the circles is important. Have they passed these before? No, because the United States and Israel, the United States, UK, London Liz, Russia, China, the warmongers, they won't let it. They put pressure on nations. They're like, you get this ratified. I'm like, we'll vote for it, but we won't ratify it. Well, the new resolution came through, needed 50 votes. Couldn't get that 50th vote. The U.S. putting incredible pressure on these countries. Well, here's the problem with the U.S. anymore. The U.S. can't put economic pressure on countries anymore. Because why? The United States is fucking dead-ass broke. They laugh at you. Oh, you're going to put economic pressure on us, you poor fuckers? Here, don't drink the water, third world America. They laugh. They laugh, fuck you. What are you going to do, you broke fuckers? And so they got the 50th vote on October 24th. It becomes law. Now think about this. January 22nd. What a dichotomy. As Trump, how did he do the evangelicals? He played the evangelicals, these reconstructionists, like a fiddle. Now stay with me. So this person's going to be an incredible historic figure. Now this guy's already been there for 2 terms. Says, I'll do it again. Or the front runner is the Australian. I've talked to him. I've had conversations with him. I'm like, I stand there. Here's my shirt. You should have put this up, Kev. Yeah, I should have, but I'm only one man. Let's put it up now. Come on, Lennon. John. This is my real one. My IEA shirt I use in the blanch box. God, you got all kind of... Let's flip it around. I stand there and I hold that shirt. That's a real one. Vienna. We win in Vienna. The most anti-nuclear people on earth are the Austrians. Freedom Eisenblower. I was at Freedom Eisenblower's house on the 200th anniversary of Waterloo. Historic? Oh yeah, she didn't tell. She was dying of cancer. She didn't know. She requested the meeting with me. And she said she was worried about her English, with me. The big thing I like about in Austria is because they're all like, the little cute place that I hang out looks like your grandma's kitchen. Theirs are like, God, we love it when you come in. We love to hear your accent. And so, you're German. And I'm like you speak German. If you, like any German can understand you. So, this is important. Because the great weasel nations. How can Australia and, London Liz's is, do not kid yourself. Oh, that's just all pseudo de facto. That the English royal family, which are Germans, still own Australia and Canada. The UN calls them the great weasel nations. Now why? They sign on to these treaties every time. Yay, we're Canadians, we're this, and that. And yet who supplies all the fucking uranium? Not only that, this is important. Who's the biggest centrifuge plant on Earth? Oh, it's in Toronto. I thought they spoke French there. Est-ce que vous parlez français? Even France is freaking back. France has signed on to this. To ban weapons testing. Now stay with me. Why do you think I was so against Trump? And somebody says, well, I thought you libertarian. What the fuck are you talking? I love how these guys just fucking quantum leap who I am, what I am. Good luck to you with that. I'm not here with an AdSense. I'm an activist. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to feed you your dogma burgers. I'm not here to feed you up and like these 99.9999999%, everybody over YouTube, that's all they are. They're just bowing, feeding their fucking, put your dogma snuggie on, get your fucking dogma burger. That's not me. That's the opposite of me. So, Kylie Fitzwater Greer, who, God, she was the greatest there for a while. She was the very first one who took on the Post-Ignorance Project. In Australia, those great protests I remember she spelled the sign wrong. They had to correct it. I'm like, how perfect. In Australia, it surely isn't Helen Caldecott. I mean, I know Helen Caldecott. She's a fraud. So is Arnie Gunders. They're all frauds. ICANN's a fraud. Me oh my Nobel, fuck, please. Now stay with me. Anybody that believes that nuclear energy is, including plowshares, I straightened them out. Ask Megan Rice's crew. Anybody that believes that a nuclear reactor energy is okay, but yet bombs are bad, there's the problem. There is the fucking problem. The greenwashing. Greenpeace is nothing but a giant greenwashing machine. That's all they've turned into. This is the compromise that is not, it's made it even fucking worse. Trump has restarted nuclear weapons testing in Idaho. That's not going to be reported by me. Oh, I'm up there. Atomic City, that little fucking dumpy ass bar, my fucking friend, I grew up here we went to Weber High together. He owns it. I know everything up there. He's testing. That's the thing. And so, this is important. Live by the sword, die by a little polonium to the fucking T. The Russians love to poison people. So do they do here in the U.S. Now, there's a big pot of dead wells in the parlor. I'll tell you the elephant in the parlor. Death via cancer. Now, I have good sources all over the world, everywhere. You'd be amazed at my sources. I've developed over the years. So, there's lots of rumors that Putin has stomach cancer. I think it's true. Because I've run this by my good sources in the Ukraine, in Russia. Now, I know Abiy's dying. Abiy didn't step down for some childhood intestinal thing and not a word anywhere. He's on death's door, so he's full of cancer. Now, this is important. The blanch box, which has been ratified there. Now, inside the UN, the public tour, which I can legally go on the public tour. I mean, my father was killed. I'm a world citizen. The UN, my uncle was on Omaha Beach on D-Day, fought so you could have the UN. Hijacked by the IEA. Nuclear Lies Pravad, that's who I stay with, the great activist, the documentary filmmaker from India. He got citizenship, by the way, which is almost impossible in Australia. Talk about an accomplishment. This is real important. So the blanch box, which it's similar to the peace vigil in front of the White House, which his name wasn't Thomas. That's not his last name. That was his first name. He had to fight for years and years and years. Trump tear gassed it, by the way. That's what cost him the election. Not the 7 million votes he lost in the popular vote. And this is also important. You have 5 Supreme Court justices that presidents appointed that did not win popular. Buck Bush didn't even win the Electoral College. What a sham. So, the head of the IAEA at the blanch box, it was a hell of a fight. I'm in the UN just minding my own business, going to public tour. They take me in the little room. Oh, yeah. I know everybody over there. It's a hell of a fight. And the Austrian police are fantastic with me because of Freedom Eisenblau, and they're anti-nukers. And they know I am. They treat me very well. Now, UN security, that's another fuck thing. I know head of UN security. He's a pretty nice guy, but he's a pro-nuker. That's his job. The IAEA, protect those people. People don't drive. You can go around the back and go in, and you get your 29 cents a gallon gasoline. You see the big sacks that come out of there. You can buy food 10 cents on the dollar. It's non-tax. The jobs are non-tax. It's a sham. But everybody lives in Vienna, and there's one stop, and they have to go right by me. And that's my shirt I hold up, the IAEA, the killers. I'll tell you how effective I am. The lead attorney come out one day. He says, God, you're here every day. You stir so much shit up in there. The council has requested your top 10 grievances. And you got to do it quickly. And boom. What was number 1? Fukushima. Oh, yeah, that's the fucking... So, when I hear ICANN, me oh my, Nobel, fuck them. They piss me off so fucking bad. It's a sham. Plowshares, I've got them straightened out somewhat, I think. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? You cannot have nuclear bombs without nuclear energy. It takes more... Freedom Eisenblau on the 200th anniversary of Waterloo. She was dying of cancer, never told a single person. I announced to the world of her death. She was the greatest. She grilled me for 4 hours. 4 hours. Should have heard that conversation. First thing out of her mouth. Kevin Blanch, I know your path. I know your story. You're the tip of this spear. You and I did not pick this path. It picked us. She grew up in the same town as Hitler. You should hear her stories. I mean, there should be movies made about her. Wow. What a fantastic, what an incredible person. She's the one that's freaking, you know, we can go to the bar. Next time I'm in Austria, we'll go. Anybody wants to go, we'll go to the, it never got fueled because of her. First thing, do you understand it takes more energy to keep a nuclear energy reactor open than they produce? I says, yeah. Got to cool them spent fuel pools. Got to keep them cores full. Yeah, absolutely. And then she just grilled me. I remember Pravad when he walked out, the documentary filmmaker, he's like, his eyes were this big. Oh, he's the one that, was the liaison between us. Whoa. Whoa, he says, that fantastic photograph he took. So this vote will be paramount today. This guy will become an incredible figure. The assassination of the Iranian is outrageous that we... Now remember Cartwright, yeah, that was the Joint Chief. He's going to be the Joint Chief of Staff inside the Situation Room during the Fukushima meltdowns when Obama leaned on him. And they sent the USS Reagan and radiated their own. By the way, my talking head garbage, one of them was the USS Reagan. Burgess Owens in southern Utah. How does he get elected? He wants to restart. I mean, everyone... Karma is all I got to say. Now, stay with me. I've been predicting this for a long time. The head of the IAEA, Sandra and I, at the Blanch Box, we had a conversation with him. We sit and talk to him with our dresses on. Remember the dresses we used to wear, including me? My AA fucking designer dresses. You're really going to go to Fukushima? Yeah. And he was Japanese, by the way. Sandra's like, you're out of your mind. It will kill you. So, sure shit, last year, right? I mean, he hadn't been back that long. He's sick. Oh, he dies. So when I'm in Vienna, I'm interviewing everybody. Oh, Kevin, how can you say he died of cancer? That's not reported. That's not being reported. Google it now. Sure shit, he died of cancer. Putin's got cancer. Trump and Obama will both get cancer. There's no doubt in my mind. Abiy's dying of cancer. These are the Fukushima cover-up kingpins. The greatest event in human history should have been the end of all nuclear. All nuclear energy. Stay with me. So, we passed it during the Carter is Smarter administration. I was just out at the Mox Fuel secret facility yesterday, right behind my house. I was there yesterday protesting back in Yellow Friday. We passed it that you can't double mox this fuel. Oh, in France we do it. It's a sham. It doesn't work. It's a sham. So it's illegal. So what did we do in the United States? We shipped it to Japan, our nuclear island. Now, post Yalta by the Sea, did you forget your history? They took Eastern Europe, Stalin, and the United States took Japan and turned it into their nuclear experimental island. INL from hell. They moved it, Diachi. Unit 3 was chock full and spent fuel pools of moxed fuel, revit fuel. Now this is important because now in Diani and these other two reactors that are over there full of it, because it's against the law here. They always find a way to backdoor internationally, don't they? Just like the great weasel nations of Canada and Australia. We're against it yet, but we still... Not only do we supply all the uranium, in Canada, the weasel... By the way, Edelman, who attacked me, the PR firm attacked me while I was in critical condition, based in Calgary. Edelman. They all belong in prison cells. BIT, what's a centrifuge process? That's the most rotten, nastiest fucking thing. I mean, that's the beginning of Mox fuel. Uranium, here in southern Utah, Burgess Owen loves it. Hope you don't get cancer, fool. Cancer capital of the world till Fukushima happened. Go to Moab. Life Elevate. No, Life Excavator. Uranium, it takes thousands of tons to make even enough for one reactor. They centrifuge it. They spin it in Toronto, Canada. They gas it. It creates what we call free radicals. Don't you love those free radicals? What's free radical? It's a cancer cell. And if I decided Kevin Blanch, they're coming at me. I named it Fuktonium, the new one. Me oh my, talk about a Nobel Prize. You think about the work I've accomplished. This is probably the greatest PhD in human history. They collide together. Fission versus fusion. It's all the same. These little SMRs, all the same. It's all a fucking sham. fucking create power and wealth to kill people. Iran can't have a nuclear bomb, but Saudi Arabia can. Israel can have all they want. What? Do you know about the Apollo affair? Remember when that was a subject? We're so far removed from that kind of journalism, it's fucking unbelievable. Assassinations of people? You don't think Trump was fucking in? Oh, I guarantee you. Why do you think he's been getting rid of all his hierarchy and thing? And by the way, will he bomb them before the free? Trump is so vain, and you're so vain, you probably think this video is about you. Trump is so insane and so vain, he really is posturing for another run in 2024 when he's 80. Well, of course, he'll be the same age as sliding with Biden. We haven't had test ban treaty. My dad was human lab rat in the Nevada test site. 1951, Air Blast 1, Air Blast. That classified photograph that I put up, my uncle, bigwig at the Pentagon, who's still alive, by the way. He's in Alaska. He's the one that gave that to me. I said, well, I can't use that, aren't you? Yeah. He says, you have my permission. Okay. You tell him to come talk to me. Spray some Roundup. The same clan in Germany is Roundup. The same nuclear freaking eugenics mad monsters. It's all about power. It's the same crew. The English royal family, the Russian royal families they're all cousins. The Saudi royal family, they're all cousins. Did you forget World War I history? They're back. They're all. Prince Harry is the DNA swap heir to the Russian royal family. Putin's sick. You know, live by the sword, little polonium to the T. Go after the Russian oligarch bankers like Go Team in the NBA. Who built that? Oh, God, that spook alley in Brooklyn. That thing is the most hideous. You ever been in that fucking thing? Yay. Well, that Russian oligarch. Ooh. Anybody who believes I could write 1,000 books. I'm a fucking walking, talking encyclopedia. Why do you think they go after me? I'm not here to feed you your dog. I'm an activist. Until you come to the realization that nuclear energy are nuclear bombs. Until you ban them all. And Kevin Blanch is working on it. Take one down, pass it around. So, you know, I don't really give a fuck about feeding you up in your dogma, snugging your dogma burger. The Post-Ignorance Project versus the Manhattan Project. They turned on the spigot and they never shut it off. Well, you got me. You know, historical figure, me oh my, Nobel Prize. I'm gonna hold this guy. I think it'll be the Australian. Me and him's gonna have lots of talks. I'll be back in Vienna when we can get in. I'll be in California doing my tide pool work here quickly. So stay tuned. This is and it doesn't matter if I get 23 votes. It's not, you know, I've never been about fucking quantity. I don't give a fuck about that. The contemporary sheep are going to do nothing anyway. This is a tactical army. The Post-Ignorance Project, you know, the salmon work, you know, until the UN can pull their head out of their ass. You know, the IAEA, fuck them. They've hijacked the UN. We know that illegally. But this is true. You know, it's law starting the 22nd. Will Trump bomb Iran before that? There's no doubt in my mind, unless somebody puts a stop to this monster. How did you evangelicals fucking get played by these guys? I thought you guys were against that type of dynamic. Now you're all for it. I don't get it, you know. You're caught up in your dogma, Snuggie. You're caught up in your fucking dogma. I'm not here to serve dogma burgers. I don't give a fuck, you know. So, historic and important day today. I'm hoping it's the Australian. I've talked to him. And me and him's going to have lots of conversations. And I wield a lot of power there. More than you think. More than you think. So in the name of Freedom Eisenblau, the great, great anti-nuclear activist, Kevin Blanch, you are the tip of the spear. Don't you drop it. Don't you drop it. I know it's a hard fight. And the Austrians don't get it as far as here. The Austrian government, they actually support Global 2000, which I love those guys. Global 2000 is great. They're great. But the government pays them. They get paid. I don't get paid anything. In the United States, the government does the opposite. They attack me viciously. Viciously. Again, this hasn't been banned. Think about this irony of that. Since there was a Catholic in the White House. Stay tuned.